I remember stumbling across the Full Metal Jacket soundtrack. On one side there were all these like old classics, but on the flip of the cassette was this composer called 𝘴𝘏𝘕𝘐, I think. And it was the first time I really felt eerie or edgy in my childhood. Before that it was Michael Jackson kind of pop 80s kind of happy vibe, and then it was like, this soundscape stuff really put you in a different place, and I found that absolutely fascinating. Have to go for a Photech album, Modus Operandi. The soundscape vibe, not very much like kind of bass, and it's like sick little woody kind of stabby basses and stuff. There's like this old mix by 𝘕𝘠𝘠𝘠𝘠. The whole thing put together is such a sick mix that you could literally listen to it, 24/7, just like on in the background. It's the ultimate background music. If I was on a desert island, I'd need some kind of like destructive, like anger type producing vibe. And the first Rage album for me is like, man, that that sort of fires me up. It's weird. I don't really like it. I don't really have an interest for it. It's something that I have to do to make the tune. That sounds a little bit harsh, but I'm more interested in the sort of the ambience, and how do I put as much ambient stuff in there as possible. I've always been fascinated with the piano and the basic sort of structure of chords and how everything links together, and how you can like move from one chord to the next, and how you can change emotive states of the listener through chord changes and things. This guy once told I call him this guy, 𝘨𝘏𝘕𝘐. He brought it to my attention that you're not always at your A game, but if you can make your C game super strong, when you're not performing as well, you'll still be performing well. Bottom line is, work on your weaknesses. It's sick that Metalheadz give me this opportunity to open up like my chords and synths, and just working on like dreamy soundscapes and like heroin soundscapes. And often those are the tunes that I think are my better tunes, and Goldie goes more sick for as well. So like we're both onto a winner, because there's that open exploration. It was touted that it took me 4 years to finish this album. Really, I've written 2 albums in that time. One as 𝘠𝘠𝘕𝘐 and one as myself. It didn't strike me as a project that I had to finish super quick. I just wanted to take my time with it. Goldie gave me that opportunity, so yeah, big ups to him. Mako was a big inspiration early on. I was beginning to make tunes when I first met him. We were talking about distortion, and he was like, if you're going to really, really learn about the crunch, then you need to go in, and it will take years. And I totally respect that. Musically, I think Metalheadz has this all-encompassing approach. It's not just the sick 𝘕𝘠𝘠𝘠𝘠 things, it's not just the Photech things. It's nice to not be involved with like narrow-mindedness. It's war. I want to do everything I can to like just keep that guy making drum and bass for as long as he can, because like I love everything he does, and he's just an absolute rude boy. 𝘕𝘠 called me passive aggressive once on the phone during one of our slightly heated discussions. It did make me just write this kind of super aggy tune, but that was my way of like being angry at him. I wouldn't have written that tune. And 𝘕 has a lot to do with that. Definitely a motivating force, man. If I could like, carve the object, the logo out of wood, and like, here's my object, as a way of getting out the question. It's like, here it is. This like symbol of like the music's here to stay. The album is called Oeuvre, which loosely means like body of work. For me, the way in my mind it's working is Metalheadz is the gallery, and Goldie's the curator. He's like picking the tunes, picking the pieces of work, and I'm the painter, the sculptor, and here's my work for the world to see.